So we bring the team together. We've got, I don't know, Steve, 25, 40 people. A lot of the processes that you're going through here were the foundation of the work we did. It was a process. Not everybody was on board at first, right? That's how these things work. If you were perfect and already fixed, probably wouldn't have expected that. But we needed some work. Process is important to appreciate here. I can't emphasize enough how valuable it was to have everybody in the room and have Steve and Dale and the team helping us build this organically. Everybody owned it. It was the first time we'd ever done anything that big, spent that much time, that much money, bringing all these different people together in the room to build something that we all agreed on. So the process was critical. That process helped us define the values. It helped us understand what culture is and why it's important. We got some great measurement tools out of it that really helped us with alignment, right? Alignment. This is where we match the right people in the right seats. Lasting impact. Steve's right. 225% ROI pretty quickly for us. We were in a position to scale. We couldn't. We had some companies we wanted to buy. We didn't know how to measure a culture and see if they were a fit. We got all those tools, and we were able to acquire 2 companies, geographically expand, jump up our size, and then we became much more profitable, and Sean reduced those direct reports down to probably about 7, 5 to 7, right? Trusting people to do the work was everything, right? When you're sort of the Andy's bunnies on the way up, just getting people in a position where you can trust them to do the work was everything. The culture work did that for sure. We have way better ways to measure, obviously, our employee and customer sat. That came from an idea of what we're measuring, especially internally with the employees, right? What are we measuring? A lot of that comes from the culture work that we did. There's some soft ones. We have some people. Okay. Well, I'm older, and with all these great people been able, in support of Margaret, we have 2 sons and a daughter, they're in their 20s. I'm kind of something's happening to me. And when I really think about what happened to us, we have human beings working for us whose lives were literally changed because of this thing. We won some really cool awards. It would be hey, I'm outside guy. I love those, right? A lot of, little trinkets around me when I'm walking in the door. Family Business of the Year, Co-Alumni of the Year. A couple of years ago, we were one of the best places to work in the state of Washington. It turned out we didn't know it until we got in the room and everybody was preaching about diversity. Telling us how to be diverse, assuming that we weren't for some reason. We were by far the most diverse company. And we didn't have a diversity and inclusion strategy. I'll tell you what did it, and I'll segue right into that, Steve. I'll tell you what did it. We led with culture. When you hear about us, when you read about us, when you see our signature blocks, when you bump into people who work, when you run into vendors, when you run into clients, not every time, but most of the time, they're going to say things about us that reflect our values. And it turns out that's actually like a beacon. That's like a beacon, right? And it turned out everybody wants that. Steve said it right. People want to be celebrated. If they smell just a little chance that when they come to you, they might actually not just be included because, we got to, but that they're going to be celebrated, that we might actually see the dignity in them. Oh, and by the way, when you're curious and lazy, different people are really fun to be around, right? That's a whole new book I get to read about, right? Without having to read the book, right? In my life, it's been great. I've been thrown into really diverse environments and given to them and taken back. And holy smokes, is that enriching, right? I don't understand why you wouldn't want that, right? If you can find a way through this exercise to lead with culture, our contention is that diversity comes from it, right? Lead with culture. Let that be the beacon. Let that be the light. Let people walk to something. And I'll close with this, Steve, and then just open it for questions. This is, especially for folks like me in the environment that we're in today, and folks like you, this is a time of courage. It takes courage to lead with real culture, with who you are. And we need it. We need it. Especially with these millennials. And what's the group behind them, Steve? Z's. Z's. I raised a bunch of them. I should know. They need us. They're looking to us. They're looking to us for where their place is. And the good ones, hey, they're going to be fine. But if those of us in influential positions can lead and be courageous in the right environment, I think we can really make some big differences in our organization and around the country.